Guys, a few days ago I came to think that the month of June is actually going a bit slow in releasing new mobile games. But ever since 48 hours ago we had hands on maybe 50 new games, and today I'm about to show you about 20 of them really worthy to mention that came out ever since a few days ago for your Android and iOS devices as well. Division Resurgence at number 1 actually went online. It's now done with a beta maybe 3 days ago, and ever since it's getting a massive amount of positive acclaim for just offering some of the best graphics and atmospheres out of the mobile gaming scene. See, you still need to pre-register the game on the Play Store. It's actually about 10 gigabytes in size, playable online, and this is legit in-game footage. Available in Japanese, although coming out by the end of the month in English, finally! We've got over here Arkyland, not Arkyland Wars or 2, but the original game with over 100,000 downloads since only a few days ago. This is a massive project coming from the same developers of Langris and Mobile, with maybe some of the best, the most advanced graphics ever. It's a turn-based Japanese RPG, playable online and takes about 7 gigabytes of storage. Speaking of Japanese games, just a quick mention over here so you keep this gem in your mind for the following days. Dragon Quest Champions is available worldwide but in Japanese, and it's already downloaded almost 500,000 times on the Play Store. Square Enix is doing some god work with the game as it delivers a much more advanced battle system, a brand new story arc, some legit console quality graphics and gameplay, and to just send it to the next level, they somehow managed to put a almost open world game in scale in a 1 gigabyte size game. Coming up behind that from an indie but actually legit developers, we've got over here a fighting online and offline free-to-play game here called Modern Fighting, just plain simple Modern Fighting. It's almost a Mortal Kombat in pace, but to be frank, like nowhere near that quality. Like 7 characters to play and unlock, it's actually playable with a controller, several modes to play through, the graphics are really well for a 200 megabyte game, and it's actually quite bug-free, as it already is. Number 5, coming from the same developers of Turmoil, Alone on Mobile and Dungeon Darkness 2. We've got over here since a week ago Funny Fighters, the company's first attempt at pure multiplayer, technically battle royale games. It's an action, halfway comedy, to some extent a mobile game that even works like League of Legends, but quite family friendly, much slower in pace, very generous in content. It's actually free and takes down about 1 gigabyte of size. Coming from the same developers of the offline game, Sunset Bike Racer, with 1 million downloads from a couple years ago, we've got over here, finally, a free, globally since a week ago, Airborne Motocross bike, which is downloaded almost 1 million times ever since and rated a 4.5 out of 5 here. Airborne MBR is a mountain biking or gliding racing game, kind of like trial games that you can actually play in multiplayer with friends or offline. It's got a campaign, heck, it even supports a controller. Somehow, the game is about 100 megabytes initially. Number 7, a Netflix original over here from only a few days ago. We have a offline, of course, turn-based action RPG, somewhat voxel-based game, a PC game that actually was originally released over 7 years ago and now ported with almost the same quality for iOS and Android. If you like games like Raid Shadow Legends, turn-based RPGs, a little bit more classic though, more like story-heavy games with weird characters like Earthbound, well, you couldn't really go wrong with this one, but you do need the Netflix membership. Coming as a first work of its developers with over 50,000 downloads just only 2 days ago, we've got over here Galaxy I.O. It's a run-and-gun top-down bullet hell RPG that's halfway inspired by Neon Abyss, and other half it's even a soul-suck and an auto-battler. Like you hold both your fingers on a different stick, one does the auto-firing, the other one moves you towards whatever direction it's facing. Interestingly, this game even supports a controller. It's free all the way. It's a nice little action game, takes you down about 100 megabytes tops. Play it.
Blast through levels in non-stop, fast-paced action.
With over 50,000 downloads, too. For a few days available, finally out in the West, we've got of here Autogun Heroes. This is a middle slug inspired run-and-gun shooter, and also the second work of a famous developer of Nerf Super Blast Online. A very satisfying game. It's almost nostalgic because it's halfway like middle slug games and even Mario Brother games. Game's about 200 megabytes in size, playable only on, and of course, free all the way.
Found it! Found it! Found it! Download Autogun Heroes right now!
Number 10. From the same developers of the horror games Mimicry, Death Park, and Horror Tales, we've got over here the latest game called Room 817. So this has to be the dopest, scariest, and most graphically advanced game of the company released yet. Which, by the way, since only 2 days ago, it's almost downloaded 100,000 times. It's got a 4.8 out of 5 on the Play Store. Very hard game, you do want to keep that in mind. Quite scary. These are actually jump scares I've included, but doable. It's free, of course, as always, and takes you down about 300 megabytes tops. The Vine game.
A little something, something.
He's marked for death.
Target neutralized.
Adios. Goodbye.
I'm talking about you, Will.
Let's go, let's go.
Is this real life?
Something on your mind?
No.